This is based on a true story about Jesse the Jackhammer's life. Hi, my name is Jesus Mitchell, and I wanted to do a blog based on me and my life, everything I've been through. When I moved here from Kentucky, well, I'm in Kentucky now. I moved from Kentucky to West Virginia when I was 25 years old. And when I moved to West Virginia, I got hooked up with a wrestling group, independent wrestling group called WOW. And so anyways, I was with them for a while when I was 25 years old, and started out as security. Actually, I met a guy at our local mall, and I knew he'd done wrestling stuff, and and I asked him, I said, how can I get into something like this? And he told me, he goes, well, won't you be at this certain place at a certain time? I said, okay, I will. So anyways, I did, and I talked to the promoter there. His name is John, but I will not mention last names. His name is John. And so he owned a company called WOW. And so anyways, when I started out as a security guard. That night they had a hardcore match, and I had a guy come up to me as I was sitting there doing, because I wasn't supposed to interact in the matches or anything as I knew of, but you just never know. So anyways, so the guy came up and asked me, he goes, I want you to get underneath the ring, and I want you to get all those weapons out right now and throw them in the ring. And I didn't know that was part of my job. I didn't know I was supposed to keep the crowd out of the ring or away from the wrestlers. And I was like, excuse me? He goes, I want you right now, get the weapons out underneath the ring and put it up there right now. So the chair I was sitting in, I grabbed it and I folded up, and he goes, what are you going to do? I said, you don't tell me what to do. That ain't my job. My job is to keep these people away from you all and protect you all. And so I took he goes, I told you what to do and you do it now. So anyways, I got the chair, I had my chair up, and then I was ready to smash him in the head with it. And when I went to swing at him, he ducked, and I hit his opponent, knocked his opponent out, and he got the 3 count. Well, I found out later on that night that that was part of the gig. It was supposed to happen. Guys, they was trying to initiate me into the company and stuff like that. So anyways, I went from training a little bit there, and I trained a little bit with WOW, and there's a guy named Matt, and he, like I said, I'm not going to mention no last names. His name is Matt. He run a company called Thunder Mountain Wrestling, and he wanted me to go and meet him in Clinton in West Virginia. They was wrestling out of a middle school. It was about to be shut down. So I said, okay, I'll meet you there. So he wanted me, instead of me doing security now, I went from security to refereeing. So he started training me how to do refereeing, how fast to get down there, how to count and everything. So I did that. And then I went from refereeing, and I learned, and I got screwed up with a lot of the wrestlers' names, and I messed up a lot. Then I went from refereeing to, I was getting trained to be a wrestler. So anyways, Matt and his partner came to me and asked me, and said, hey, you want to become a wrestler? And I said, yeah, sure. Well, you got to come up with a gig, you got to come up with your own name. Well, that's fine, that's cool. And so anyways, I did. I came up with the name Jesse the Jackhammer, and I'll spell it. Big J, little E, little S, little S, little E, little T, little H, little E, big J, little A, little C, little K, big H, little A, little M, little M, little E, little R. But anyways, and they're all connected. I went by that name. See, the Jack comes from my grandpa. My grandpa's really bad off, sick, and they say he's got a touch of Alzheimer's. He's had heart attacks and stuff, and that comes from my grandpa. And I'll always like to use Hammer, so I use my first name Jesse. I just do the word "the" in there, and my grandpa's name Jack, and the word Hammer. So you can do a search in Google. You'll find me on there anytime on Google, JessetheJackHammer. But anyways, I went to Thunder Mountain Wrestling. So like I said, I started out wrestling, and my very first match was a battle royal. Everybody in the battle royal. Wow, that was awesome. So I won that match. That was awesome. That's my first match I ever won. Then I wrestled in there a couple weekends, 2-3 weekends, 4 maybe. Till they shut it down. They shut the school down. We was actually going in to run the show and found out the school was shut down. Now they're remodeling the school, and it's going to be a business or something. But anyways, so I went from there, and I went to I went to a training college, and so I worked for this one guy. His name was Danny Valentine's, and he ran a show, a pro independent show called NWA. It's not like the NWA, the old time stuff. This is actually, it has a different name as you go on. I don't know, remember the name of it, but he always called it NWA. So he got me. Went and worked for Danny Valentine's, and I had a match with a guy at a school again in Charleston, West Virginia. And so I worked there. The match went on for like 30, 45 minutes, and I told the guy personally, I said, hey, I'm going to jump out. I'm going to go through between the ropes. I'm going to jump between the ropes. I'm going to throw you out the ring, jump between the ropes. You stay on the ground. And if you get up, stand right there in front of the chairs, and we're going to go through the chairs. We're going to make the show look good. Well, the guy decides, hey, you're going to get back in the ring. And I had him against the ropes like I was slapping him on the chest, give him chops. They call them chops. I said, I told you I was going to jump out the ropes. He goes, well, I didn't hear you because I can't hear. I'm deaf. I said, that's not my problem. And I was actually going to do a good show. I said, that's not my problem. You should have told the promoter. Well, he told me, come on in here and do the work anyways. I said, you don't work while you're deaf. And I know this promoter won't tell you that. And so he was found out he lied on the promoter. So I said, go ahead and finish it up. So I said, let's take it home. So I came off the turnbuckle, gave him a big clothesline, and he caught me in the air, and he dropped me and broke my ribs. And so I had problems still once in a while. So I was out for a good 6 months, basically my ribs broken or longer, 6 months to a year. Went back, got a phone call to come in and wrestle at a skating rink with the same promoter, Danny Valentine's. Well, got in there, and I was around the corner. And this is actually based on a real true story. Got in there, and I was getting my gear on, and I heard the promoter, Matt, from Thunder Mountain Wrestling, telling the other wrestlers that I've got a match tonight, and he wants to see them kill me. Not like kill the name out. Kill me. He wants them to kill me in the ring. He wants me to be carried out. So he wanted my career to end. Well, and so I went out there. Danny Valentine's supposed to wrestle, and he was not there. Well, Buddy Rose was there. Freebird Buddy Rose was there. I'm a good friend with Freebird Buddy Rose. He was there, but he. So I went out there. I was supposed to have a tag team match.